Ah.
That's not it.
Huh. I think it's telling me to go in there. So I probably should do that. Excuse me. Pardon me. What are these things? Cremation bag. Oh, I see. Interesting. Right. Actually, the thing was over here. Okay, so it was 197044. Hatch key. So this is weird. The demon actually wants to give me a little bit of information. Don't know why. But it do. Be-doop, boo-doop, 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 boo-doop-doo. Hatch key. Okay. A shovel. Dear Mr. Salah, it was my pleasure working with you, but I'm sorry to have to say I simply can't afford to travel back out to you. I have more questions about Athenian translations, but I also hoping could send over some documents you have shared on quarter letting. Honestly, any documents you could create copies of and send would be extremely helpful. The package accompanying this letter contains some of the clay carvings I have made in an attempt to create the symbols you shared. I have also designed a holder for them. My hope is to combine the markings and a holder to comprise a demonic identifier that will also call the entity to it and bind it there if correct. The silver capsule in the center of the holder contains the ash of burned cophrus and is lined with demonic calling runes. Okay, based on our conversations, I believe this can react with fresh blood from the possessed. I want to request that you give the contents of this package a look and let me know if this seems like a viable method to bind an entity. With privacy also being extremely important to me, I want to request you please send everything back, including this letter. Mr. Delver, it is a great shame I will not be seeing you, but I appreciate you sharing this with me, as this does seem to provide a reaction. And what you have made does make sense. It's a very clever way to identify a specific entity. However, I am curious as to the reason for the body identification aspect, as you would need the blood of the possessed inside the vessel, which I assume would already be the case and tendency would be obvious. So I don't really see the value of identifying the vessel. However, the demonic identification binding aspect of this is fantastic. Thank you for sharing your work. It's a great help to mine. As you have requested, I have returned everything with this shipment. With great respect, Akila. Okay, I think that's... oh. Whoop. There's a clay... oh, that's a clay thing. Oh, he's making the mark tool in here. Let's see. More marks. These are... okay, this is where he makes them. They're like clay marking things. And what are these? Formaldehyde. Oh, I see. It's all the cleaner and stuff. Huh. Ah.
Are you out there?
I've been working relentlessly, and I believe I've made some progress. I haven't pieced together much, but I have found enough that has led me to a contact in Egypt. I'm flying out there in a few days to meet and talk about what's been happening. My trip to Egypt... okay. My trip to Egypt was extremely successful, I feel. I'm broke now, but it's worth it. Mr. Sala is an amazing help. I've come back with mountains of documents and copies of religious text I had no idea existed. It's changed a lot of what I believe. I'm going to start poring over these to see what I can piece together. There's something here. I can feel it. I'm so tired and angry. I feel so helpless. I can't do this anymore. Valerie didn't do anything to deserve this. None of them did. I can't bring myself to do it. I'm keeping Valerie here. I can help her. I'm sure of it. I feel like I'm so close to something that can stop this, but I don't know what I'm missing. I've been working on a number of things meant to combat these entities. I found ways to uncover their sigils, which is promising. I've distilled this down to a science, and I know I can find the missing piece. I will help you, Valerie. I hate what I have to do. I have to feed her and care for her even though she's violent and gone. It is far too similar to how this all began. I hate it. God damn it, 30 years of this. I have a theory and I don't like it, but I can't let this happen to anyone else. This has to stop. I have some things I've been working on that I'm going to send off to Mr. Salah and get his opinion. If it's a viable method, I'm going to take this head on. If I can't stop it, I'll keep it at bay. Okay, my vision just went weird. Ah. I see. Yeah, my vision just went weird. Oh, it's bad. I'm bad. Oh, that's why it went weird. Because of all these everywhere. Cool. Anyway. Keep it at bay. I received some great news from Mr. Salah. I've been fortunate enough to have another compromised body too at this point, but now I need one. My plan now is to work in the mortuary alone until this happens again. If I can establish myself as a potential conduit and survive the possession using these tools, I think I may be able to take control as well as keep this from happening to others. I don't know what this means for Valerie. It's the only piece of this I don't know how to live with, but I might have to, otherwise it's all been for nothing. So he has a possessed person locked up in here. And he uses her blood to make the baleful reagent. Ah! That's how this is working. Okay. Okay. That's cool. I'm understanding this, kinda, sort of, anyway. Alright. Head back in. And let's see. I know the possession is very far along. I hope there isn't actually a time limit, because if there is, I've wasted a lot of time. Do I have eye caps? I do. Oh, that's right, I was in the middle of doing this when other things happened. Boop-doop. Boop-doop. Okay, that's done. Next, I need the mixes of things for reasons and things. And yep.
It's your grandma.
Well, that's why it wasn't working.
I need you to let me in.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
I just wanted to visit you. Don't you miss me?
You don't reel.
I brought you something. I thought maybe you could slit your wrist for me. Just a little cut.
I'm gonna punch you in your face.
What's wrong, Rebecca? Don't be afraid of your grandpa! Get away!
Alright. Okay. I don't think that was supposed to happen. Okay, what was I doing? Right, I was filling this up. That's what I was doing. This one. And this one. This one. And don't forget the baleful reagent. I almost did. I almost did. But that's okay. And then we use this stuff, right? PVC tubing. And we scrape it, and then we put the two.
I'm missing something.
Oh wait, this one, and then this one. That's what we do. See, I'm getting the hang of this. Draining bodies of blood and all that. It's fun. it's not. I'm like, it's fun. No, it's not. Still a lot of blood. I think its noise changes when it's done. Yep. The noise changes. And then we take these out and then we close it back up. And now what do we do? Fill an empty thing with thing for things. Empty thing, this one for this. And then we grab one of these.
I already have one of those.
Oh, I already have it. Okay. Ooh. Squish, squish, squash. Squish, squashity, squish. Ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. A friend of mine says that this game reminds her a lot of World of Darkness Demon the Fallen series, which is, you know, similar to the vampire game, except people can play as demons. And, demons, though, like, in the World of Darkness, like any other playable character, can be good or evil. Oop, that was the wrong button. Ah! There you are. Okay, so I need a line down and then a curlicue and a couple other circles to the side. Line down, curlicue, a couple circles to the side. Alright.
The door's open.
Does this mean I did bad? I really hope there's not an actual time limit kind of thing, because I don't do good with those. Tank cleaner. Anyway, we gotta clean out the embalming fluid. That was rude! Okay, and then we should have tank cleaner on us. So we doing good. Because we always need to make sure that this thing is cleaned out and everything. It's important process to be done, and then we clean up the face when that's done. And then I'll try to figure out which one of these bodies is the bad one. Yeah, ba-doop-a-doop, ba-doop-a-doop, boop, 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 ba-doop, boop, doop.
Alright.
Okay, so that's all done. So now I need to actually figure out what this thing is. So these are the symbols. I'm just gonna jot those down real quick. And then the circle, and then the other thing. Alright. Okay, identifying the jerk. Oh, that's that's that one. I need to figure out the name first, actually. Okay, so it was invidious. Because, yes, it's had the invidious name, this thing on it. So, okay. So, it has a circle with a line on it. Circle with line. Actually, this one has all of the ones, I think. Yes, these are all signs I recognize. This is Kovos. So, the upside down P goes on top. The circle goes on the bottom. Okay. The upside down... Yeah, I hear you. Zone P goes on top. This goes on the bottom. I believe this was over here, and this was over here. Is that correct? I know what that is, too. It's one of the cold storage things opening up and slamming. Yeah, that looks about right. So now we just need to figure out who's who. Okay, well now you stopped. Alright, so let's try to review all the things that have happened up to this point. When I was working on Pizza Boy, like, something happened to me every time with these things. Something happened every time. Though it wasn't like super obvious. I just need to, maybe need to look her over again. For more stuff. Trying to see if anything more was added on to it, because they said that was a thing that could happen. I think all of that was there before, wasn't it? Pretty sure it was. I can double check in here though. Yeah, she had something on her hand. L-arm, yeah. Himenigilma, whatever that is. So now it's just a case of like, yeah, I don't know how to tell. Like, I'll say a few things happened with this body. Like my grandma trying to kill me, and then I saw my mom on one of the other bodies. Maybe I'll just like sit here and observe them for a little bit. I don't know. Maybe see if they move or something. I think I'm just gonna like keep looking at the bodies until I can feel more sure about this. Okay, that light just switched off. I forget where the light switch is in here. That's right here. Okay. Interesting. Right after I got this body out. I think I'll check him again for any additional thingamajigs. So what about you? What do you have? Nothing there. Ah! I think this one might be it. Ah! Unless if the demon is like just really trying to F with me. I mean, that is also a real possibility. But still, this is a lot more with this body than the others, so I'm gonna say, yep, yeah, it's this one. Yeah, it's definitely this one. Okay, so let's look at this process again. Okay, so yeah, all we do now is burn it. And all the lights are having an issue. Have you ever been kicked in the nards before? I think you'd have fun. This is so weird how I have to turn it. There's probably an easier way to do it, but I just don't know what it is. Oh, this is now shut. Wonderful. Have fun with that. I mean, I hope it's right. Let's make a... It sounds unhappy. And then explosions. Okay. Okay. It looked like it got dragged away.
There you are. Good.
Here I am.
Is it over?
It's never over. But you survived.
Why do you sound like you're in another
What do you
room?
mean? Can I leave? I want to go home.
You can leave. But once an entity finds you, all the houses of hell will do anything to get back to you. I'm sorry, but it doesn't end here. From now on, there is always a chance this will happen again, no matter where you are.
I don't want this. I just want to leave. What do I do?
I'm sorry, but there's no going back. I've spent years learning everything I can to keep these entities at bay. It's the only thing we can do.
So what? You're waging some selfless holy war?
It's not a war. It's survival. And I'd hardly call it selfless. We're caught at the front line of something larger. But I don't do this for some greater good. We either face it, or fall to it. I wish I could claim to be someone better, suffering hell to save us all. But I simply want to live another day, just like everyone else. When I first experienced this, I had to make a choice. I could run and spend the rest of my days in fear, or I could learn to face it and keep some semblance of a normal life.
Normal. Right.
It's not a life I would want for anyone, but choosing between a life of fear or control. You're the first person I've met to face this hell and survive. So I'm offering you a different kind of job. Work the night shift. Learn what I know. Give yourself a chance at a life beyond fear. I don't know what you experienced, but I know it uses the worst parts of you against yourself. The more you experience, the more you'll confront the darkest parts of your life. But through it, you'll become unbreakable. I'm offering the tools to take control. The choice is yours. I hope you come back.
That's interesting. Bodies involved 3, bodies burned 1. So ending 1 of 5. I survived. I know there's other endings where, like, if you get the wrong body and then that happens. So, okay. So that was the Mortuary Assistant. I may or may not play this again. I don't know, because I did just basically get the best ending, I think. So, maybe not. Depends on if there are endings out there that are better than the one I just got, basically. So, we will see. And I will see you on whatever it is the next play. Bye-bye!